dream my dreams. We fulfill the needs. Farming's all on me. She talk her shit. I'm in her spin.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl MiraB. I want to start off by saying Happy New Year to everyone. Tweet me throughout the show at Tea with MiraB or tag me on Instagram at brittle.xo, brittle.xo, and let me know how was the start of New Year's. What did you do for New Year's? And give me one word to describe just what is your New Year's resolution. Today I want to welcome Selah Marley as my special guest. Stay tuned to see what type of tea she has in store for us, what's the dub of the day, and the hottest events around town.
We fulfill the needs. Farming's all on me. She talk her shit. I'm in her spin.
Yo, what's up guys? You're back with your girl MiraB. Thank you guys for tuning in today. First I want to welcome my special guest with me, Selah Marley. What's up?
Hi. Hi guys.
So, first starting off, Happy New Year, Selah.
Happy New Year to you too.
Alright, so what I wanted to do was give me one word that you would do to describe what you're expecting for this new year.
Whew. What am I expecting for this new year? I'm expecting abundance. I'm expecting joy. And when I say that, I mean like constant optimism. Because I have a problem with getting pessimistic and getting a little stressed and depressed and every other week. So I'm trying to stay stable with my emotions and just stay positive at all times.
Yeah.
And then that's just gonna attract what it brings and new opportunities, new things, and But really what I'm focusing on is my mindset.
Yeah, I like. Now as far as your mindset, what do you mean? You want to look more towards things in a positive way?
Yeah.
Are you normally the person that look at things in a negative way?
You know what, son? It's not that I look at things in a negative way. I'm just very emotional. And not only am I emotional, but I have been dealing, or I just kind of came to the conclusion not too long ago that I've really been dealing with anxiety and almost a little, not even almost, but depression for a really long time. And I just realized what it is for me to be able to call it that. So it's more so just kind of bringing myself out of that state, motivating myself to do things all the time, just speaking from my heart more often, being real at all times. I don't have a problem being real, but sometimes when you're real people, it hurts their feelings, and I take people's feelings into consideration a little bit too much. So none of that. Not none of that, but
You don't care.
Nah, just a little bit more selfish. Not in a bad way, but just becoming a little bit more selfish, so I'm not losing myself for other people.
I like that.
Or so I have, so I can't give all my energy because then I have nothing to give. So I kind of have to give to myself first, and I can give to people.
Okay, I like that.
This foundation that she's starting called Garden of Eden, and it's really pointed towards young women, young minority women, I'll say, in all over the world, not just America, but a lot of women who sexually abused, who are living in unfortunate conditions. And I don't want to speak for it because I don't have everything to say about it, but it's just focused towards helping young women, young disenfranchised women in America, around the world. So please check it out, Garden of Eden Foundation. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. With it being 8 of you, do you guys find it there's competition? What you guys are trying to stand out? Are all of you trying to be in the industry, or is it just some of you?
Well, my older brother, I guess there's only 4 of us who are old enough right now to really be in that world too much. So my older brother Zion, actually, he does make music. I wouldn't necessarily say there's competition, but just growing up there was competition just because those are my siblings and we're crazy. We used to fight all the time. But I wouldn't necessarily say there's competition. I would just say that, I think that there's always going to be some type of feelings of competitiveness or anything like that, but that's not our foundation.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Now, do you find, I want to know actually, when did you find out your mom is the Lauryn
Hill?
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? It's a gradual process. And growing up, I grew up a more normal childhood. I never, she took us away from that.
That's good.
But, it's funny, my most recent memory, I go to NYU, so I was in this food place near my school, and they were just playing Fugees, Miseducation back to back. I was and they were just playing so many songs. I was wow,
Do you think it was purposely?
Okay, so I was wow, LOL, it's funny. me thinking, like, me stuck in my own world, like, oh, LOL, they're playing this because I'm here, which they're not. But, like, I was like, oh, wow, LOL, that's funny. And then he goes, like, isn't it, right? She's so amazing. And I was like, I had a quick reality check, like, okay, Selah, first of all, you don't know who you are. Second of all, your mom is, like, I don't know. I just have so many realizations that my mom is, like, great. Also, I have a lot of people, like, tell me, like, yo, your mom really changed my life. Also, I just got recommended this book by this lady, Madula? I don't know how to say her name, but she just recommended me this book. Or no, she wrote the book, actually. She gifted it to me. Awesome. And I started reading it, and she, like, kind of dedicated some pages and took some things from my mom.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. Also, you know, I don't know, like, I do listen to my mom's music as well, so, like, I'm pretty aware that she's, like, yeah. So...
That's great. Now, having a celebrity as your mom, does it, like, interfere? Like, you said she kept you away from, like, you know, the public eye. But, like, in private, like, is she that mom? Like, was she around? Like, was she always on tour? Or was she, like, around often? Is she strict? Or is she too sweet? Like, how is she?
Well, my mom is my mom. So, when when she is on tour, she's on tour, and it may be for, like, maybe a month or something like that, but she definitely does take, like, break in and come in at some points. But when she's not on tour, she's home. So, you know, it's, like, kind of that, it's a little extreme at times, but it's just our dynamic.
And is she strict?
My mom, is she strict? She used to be, but I think because she has 6 kids, you know, she's a little tired. So, is she strict? That's a good question. No. My mom, she wants to be strict. My mom wishes she was strict. My mom wants us to be, like, strict. She wants the strictness, like, us to just be, like, strict without her actually being strict. Yeah. So, I don't know.
I get it.
But it's cool, though.
Another thing, like, yeah, I know you've been in high school, and now you're in college, so you're in NYU. Do you have people who try to purposely be your friend to get close to your mom?
Word. That's a good question. I honestly have, like, serious trust issues in that situation. I have a lot of acquaintances. Like, I don't have a problem making acquaintances, but it's actually hard for me to get close to people. And do I have people who just, I don't know if it's necessarily for my mom, more for the idea of what it is. Like, just, like, not necessarily being around my mom, but, like, oh, I was in Lauryn Hill's house. Like, oh, I was with Selah Marley. Oh, I was, like, maybe they might not ever get to see her, or maybe they want to see her just to say, like, oh, I was hanging out with da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And also, like, I don't know, it's not just for my mom, but also, like, when I was younger, when I was in, like, middle school, I used to be way more, I used to let people take advantage of me, and I would just be friends with the wrong people, knowingly, kind of. And I would have girls, like, I would have them come to my house, and they would, like, steal from me. Like, straight up. Like, they would straight up just take all my shit. And I was just like, damn. And it's funny, because I would never say anything, because I didn't want to lose my friends. And then also, like, I would kind of say to myself, like, you know, like, I have all these clothes, like, they may need it more than I do. So let me not make a big deal out of it. But, yeah. So I've had that. So I had a lot of, like, taking advantage of, like, using me for things, because I'm very, that like, sucks. Yeah, I'm like a little too giving. I like to, like, it makes me happy to give to people, so I'll literally do anything. So it's kind of like people see that, and I'm quick to give as well, so people see that, and they're quick to take advantage. So it depends on the person. I hope I meet someone, I mean, everyone's not like that, though, so I kind of always wipe the slate clean, but when it comes to, I don't know, it gets foggy. The deeper in you go. Yeah.
Aside from friends, like, that must be hard for a dating life as well. Like, is dating guys try to get, oh, I'm with Lauryn Hill's daughter, Bob Marley's grand. Like, I'm pretty sure people, do you get that?
Yeah, dating. You know what's funny? I actually just recently kind of became this person. So I never thought about that in a dating aspect until, like, recently. But yeah, actually, for sure. Like, people who definitely just want to get close. Or let's be blunt. Like, people who want to get close to me so we could, like, eventually maybe sleep together so they could say, oh, I slept with Lauryn Hill's daughter. Yep. Straight up. Like, you know? So I kind of had to be mindful of that. And then it's also, it's ass. Like, it sucks because with dating, I have trust issues in the dating world. Like, that's where my real trust issues come in. And with dating, it's like, you know, you're not showing or people don't always show their true self. Like when you're dating, it's always some type of facade. Like, oh, I want to get closer, so let me dress it up with these words. Let me do da 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 da. So when you're in a situation, so already a guy's gonna come like that.
Yeah.
So then when you add that icing on the cake, it kind of makes it 10 times worse. And yeah,
I think would be like some red flags like that.
That I know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm still trying to figure it out, but maybe someone. I don't like to talk about my mom. I don't like to talk about my family. I don't like to talk about that. So the fact that you're bringing it up, like if I'm not talking about it, why are you talking about it? How does it concern you? I have a lot of other things to talk about. I don't ever like. Growing up, this was never a topic of conversation. My mom, people may ask me, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, but I never like to make it.
How did they find out?
That's a good question. I don't know. Like, maybe I look like her. I think
you do.
I do look like her, so that's one thing. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. At this point, it's fair game. But it's like, before, I guess through the grapevine. Like, when I went to high school, I guess, like, I don't know, man.
Like, did teachers ever purposely get you in trouble with, like, a parent-teacher conference?
Nah. No, I was more of, like, a teacher's pet, not gonna lie. So I never had that problem. But, like, I never had teachers who were on it like that. But just people. Like, I don't know how well I can explain it, but in school, I mean, like, my mom's name is on the documents. So I did have one time I had a meeting with my guidance counselor, and she said to me, she was like, we were talking about something, and she says to me, she was like, well, like, the big elephant in the room is that you're Lauryn Hill's daughter, da-da-da-da-da. I was like, okay. Like...
that has to be so awkward.
It's not that it's awkward. I'm just like, it doesn't make me who I am.
Yeah.
Like, I get that. And my mom has, she's, like, given me a lot of knowledge, a lot of understanding as to who I am, but at the end of the day, I am not Lauryn Hill's daughter. I'm Selah.
I like it.
That's not even if that is Selah, like, if you, that can't even, that's not all that I am. Like, like, that's not just, that's why I kind of, like, I guess it's something I have to sacrifice and bear with just because that's what it is. Like, some things you just gotta put up with. But at the end of the day, like, it used to always piss me off. And I actually never wanted to do anything. That was kind of one of the sources of my depression, because it's like music, art, that's like a huge thing for me. And I never put anything out. I never felt like I could do anything. I always stopped because I never felt like I was good enough. So
so a question that has been on my mind, aside from your mom, like, I know, like, you reside in Jersey or whatever, so, like, traveling, have you been to, like, California, Atlanta?
I've never been to Atlanta before. I did go to California recently.
Really? Yeah. That has to be nice. In New York, things like that?
Yeah.
Do you think that if you lived in those states that things would have kicked off quicker? Because, Jersey, we get no love over here.
No love. We got mad shit in here.
Yeah.
But nah, yeah, most probably. I wouldn't say kick off quicker, because it wasn't hard for anything to really kick off. It was just about whether, like, me and my mom, because my mom did help me a lot in what I do. So it was more about us, like, staying on track with it.
Yeah.
But if I lived in California, I wouldn't doubt it. Like, I'd probably have, like, 300K on Instagram. And I'm like, because there's so many people. So, like, the same way I'm Lauryn Hill's daughter, I can do so much off the strength of that, especially in that scene. Like, LA, it's a place where people, like, literally drive and meet up just to take a picture just because someone is someone. So it's like, I think, I wouldn't say things would have kicked off quicker, but they would have kicked off in a different way.
Okay.
So, or, like, maybe they would have, or maybe I would be, like, I think this would have kicked off differently. I think it would have been different.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be the same person that I am. Like, I might not be modeling for, I may not have, like, been modeling for, like, I don't know how to answer that question, but I think it would have been done differently. Yeah? Not necessarily, like.
Speaking of, you've been to California and New York. Tell me, how's those states? Like, what is it like?
Oh, my God. Well, I kind of live in New York. I'm between New York and New Jersey because I go to NYU. So I'm stay on campus. New York is cool. New York has a lot going on. It's crowded, congested, but it keeps you productive. Like, it's very, what's the word? Fast-paced.
Yeah.
It's very fast-paced. Like, it's kind of insane. Personally, I'm from New Jersey. I'm from a small town, so I was not used to that, and it kind of drove me insane. So I need to, like, fall back often. Also, I lived in like a really, really, really busy area that never stops.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to sleep and you hear cops like, get out the park, get out the park, like at 4 a.m. It's just like,
really?
Okay.
Wow.
Like, okay. But it's cool at the same time because it keeps me going. My roommate, Drishti, for example, like, looking at her she's so, like, I say like so much, I'm so sorry. But she's very goal-oriented, and she really is a go-getter in school, because she doesn't, like, she's in school, so I'll just be sorry. No, I'll just be sitting across the room watching her, like, 24/7. She's always doing work. Always. I'm just like, yo, Trishti, son, can you chill? Like, can you chill for 30 seconds? You make me feel that I'm not doing work right now. But it's good because it inspires me, it motivates me, and it keeps me driven, and it keeps me on my toes. Not gonna lie, it can get crazy. For me, personally, I'm very chill, so it can get crazy, and it can get overwhelming, but it has its ups and its downs.
Yeah.
California, I lived there when I was like 8, but California it's chill. Last time I was there, I want to say like a month or two ago, but I really kind of fell in love with it. It has a combination of the city life and the relaxing side of, I want to say, a town. Like, it just has really nice weather, and I don't know, the traffic's kind of annoying, but it's just, you can go to work.
I think that's New York.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I would drive like from my house in New Jersey to school and then go home, because I just did not feel like being in the city all the time. But California, you can just chill. I feel like it just is more relaxing. Like, you don't have to worry too much. I don't know, because I don't live there, but it just feels like it's more chill. However, again, it has its ups and its downs. It is LA. Yeah. So, you know, like, it's a little plastic. But it's cool.
Speaking of, like, you're in school right now, how do you balance having this modeling career and college? Like, is there ever a time like an agent calls, like, we need you in Cali right now? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, actually, the end of my semester, I missed, like, the end of my semester for that reason. I was in Paris and LA those last 2 weeks.
Paris.
So, yeah, it was really nice.
Wow.
But, yeah, so I had to miss that. But it gets crazy, man. Like, it gets crazy. A part of it is, I won't lie, part of it is me avoiding my responsibilities. And I can kind of fall back on the fact that I have modeling, like, oh, like, I have work, so I can't deal with all this. But school in itself is it's intense. And what I was studying was very reading, writing intensive. So it was, like, time consuming, and it just kind of locked me in. Yeah. And it made me feel bogged down, and I don't know, it's kind of a crazy feeling. I think I just, what's the word? I gave myself too much, like too many classes, or too many hard classes. But, like, that first semester was kind of insane. And with modeling, the thing about modeling is it's more erratic. So I'll have, like, 2 weeks of straight work, and then the next 2 weeks I'll be clear. So, like, those 2 weeks of work, I'll be like, I can't go to school, I have to miss class, I can't do an essay right now, But then when those 2 weeks are gone and I'm in the clear weeks, I'm just like, dang, I have so much work.
Yeah, that's just like you're working nonstop. Like,
yeah, that's what it is. That's what would kill me. Because, like, if I'm not working for modeling, like, I have schoolwork, and I did high school. Like, I'm tired. But I think it's just the way that I scheduled myself, which is what boxed me in so much. But school can be intense. College is intense.
Yeah.
Like, do it correctly. Or do it, you can't, it's not something, I mean, you can just dive in, but you have to, like, dive in properly, or you're going to belly flop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like that. And for me personally, I, like, me in grades, like, college, I didn't care too much about college because I really, truly went for the education and not for the GPA or the degree. So I didn't, grades never, that didn't hit me too hard,
Mm-hmm.
but just the idea of it, like, it can be hard to keep up with.
Yeah, I bet. It just seems like you got a lot, like, to worry about. Like,
Yeah.
man, that sucks. Like, do you ever find yourself wanting to give up? Or, like, is there ever a moment you're like, F this, like...
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And how do you get through it? Like, what do you use to get you back on track?
Oh my God, such a good question. Well, honestly, I have really great people around me. Like my cousin Noel! Yes, I have great people around me. So they keep me afloat.
Yeah.
And, like, not too long ago, like, I got really emotional. I started crying because I was just so overwhelmed with all the work that I had on my shoulders, everything that I had on my plate. And I told my mom, and, you know, I feel like she was being a little insensitive. Maybe it's because we were texting, so, you know, people can't really pat you on the back when you're texting.
Yeah.
But she kind of just, I have my mom, she's very optimistic. So I have her who she can, she kind of brings me back to life, or grounds me. Like, I'll text her, like, no, I'm so done with all this. I'm just too overwhelmed. I can't take it. Da-da-da-da-da. And she'll be like, what will she say? My mom, she's just so optimistic. She'll be like, well, you know, you just scheduled yourself too heavy. And, you know, what's your advisor's email? Let me email your advisor and we can figure out a way to da-da-da-da. I'm just like, no, I don't want to be in school. Like, I can't take it. It's too much. Like, let me just work. Da-da-da-da-da. But really, like, school is a good idea. Like, I didn't want to go back the next semester because I was just like, I'm so fed up. Like, ugh. But no, it grounds me. Like, even though it's a lot, and I know where I'm living is a lot intense, but it's grounding. Like, it brings me back down to earth. Because it's like, okay, you did just go to California for this, but what about when they stop calling you?
Yeah.
Like, what about when
you don't
what about when they stop booking you for jobs? It's over. So, you know, you have to have something that you bring to the table. Me, I love art, I love music, but that's something I'm taking my time with. So I don't want to box myself into the point where, okay, I'm not going to school, so you have to work on music. So now that's my job. And I don't like obligations. Whenever something feels like an obligation, I'm like, I quit it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I read in an article that you are inspired, either you are or they are, but I think it's that you are inspired by Willow and Jaden Smith. I feel a resemblance in the styles that you guys have.
Oh.
So, yeah, I think you guys resemble each other, especially Willow. You guys resemble each other a lot.
I think she's awesome, actually. I think she's so dope. I actually, because I walked for Chanel in Paris, and she performed at it. So I saw her for like a quick second, and I just thought she was so captivating.
That's dope.
And it's crazy because she's young, so it's like you're so wise.
She's like a free spirit.
Free-spirited, definitely an old soul as well.
Yeah.
And I think she's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't like to, what's the word? Like, water it down, dilute it with words. But I think she just has, like, a really nice spirit.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I don't know, I go on her Instagram all the time. And, you know, you never know what people are really dealing with. But the way that she shows it to the world is very inspiring. Yeah. Like, she actually, and her music is beautiful as well. And the way that she's able to put her spiritual side and her intellectual side and her emotional side into her music, I think that's so, it motivates me. Because personally, I love to write, and I'm a deep thinker. Like, I think about spirit. I don't want to say I think about spirituality. It's a big thing for me. I'm always researching and things like that. But I always have trouble when it comes to putting it into my music. Yeah. I don't know. Like, something about when I started singing, it can get basic sometimes. I think it's because I'm like training wheels, but I'm inspired by her. Like, it's definitely inspiring.
Yeah, I like Willow too.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Now, one thing people don't know is that previously I had Selah on another show. It's called Culture Radio back in my little tadpole days. So, before you mentioned that you wanted to be a model, and I just wanted to say, like, now you're here. That was like not even like 3-4 months, and girl, you already doing your thing. So I wanted to congratulate you face to face. Like, I'm proud because that's the first time I ever seen somebody say, "I want to do this," and then do it. So like, I'm so proud of that. Yeah. So
yeah, that motivated me.
Yeah.
Like you're like that right there will make me like go in my room and make a song. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's what's up. And I know, like, you know, as high school teenagers, in high school period, we battle trying to find ourselves as, like, you know, young women.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, did you battle any self-esteem issues in high school? Even now.
Did I? You know, it's actually funny because, like, you wouldn't expect that, but I definitely have dealt with insecurity, like, my entire life. That's been another source of my anxiety and depression, almost, because self-esteem. You know what? Growing up, like, I grew up in a little bit of a dysfunctional household. My mom touring, my dad working, and on top of that, they weren't really, they never got married, so they weren't really together. So my dad, I didn't see my parents as much as I should have, and I think that created a void within me when I was really young. And the reason I say I just figured out what my depression is because I just realized, like, everything coming in full circle. Like, I kind of just realized where everything's coming from, how long I felt this way for. Like, this is not just I've been like this for 6 months, like, more like years, almost. And it's, at this point, it's kind of become, like, just a normal thing, just, like, what I deal with. But really, it's been, like, a bunch of ups and downs, like, a bunch of me always having to pick myself back up. And because my parents just, you know, they were doing what they had to do to provide for us, and because my mom's in the music industry, that's not as stable. Like, you get paid, even with modeling, like, when I work, like, you get paid, like, you have to work erratically. Like, you get paid once every 3 months, maybe once every 2 months, maybe. Like, it's hard. So
it's not a steady check.
It's not a steady check.
Oh, wow.
It's not a steady check. So she had to stay on the road often. There's been times when she's on the road for even longer, and you know, she's doing what she has to do. But for me personally, like, it created its own void, and I feel like I didn't receive the attention I should have when I was younger. But as I grew up, I was just insecure, like, truthfully, like, insecure. And I actually think that it's not just me, but a problem with so many young black women in America, very insecure. And the thing is, like, these days, like, we have, like, the most famous woman in America is Kim Kardashian. Okay.
I believe that.
So it's like, not in America, in the world. So, you know, the way she depicts herself, it's like you kind of, you start to believe, you see, like, sex is love. That's love. And it not only blinds so many women, but it fogs so many minds, because you grow up starting to think that, like, you need to be sexual, you need to sexualize yourself to feel loved, or to feel admired, or to feel adored, or to receive the attention that you want. Because even on Instagram, you go on Instagram, it's the women who are naked who are receiving 1 million likes, you know? So it, like, it's always been like, I don't know how to word what else I'm going to say, but I do think that black fathers need to be in the lives of young black women way more often, because that is the source of the void. I feel like if, like, it's your father who tells you, oh, you're beautiful, my young princess, my little this, my little that. It's that masculinity as a child that instills in you, like, okay, like, F all you niggas, like, I know who I am, you can't tell me anything. But when you're growing up and you kind of don't know, and you don't have anyone to tell it to you, first of all, everyone needs that. Everyone needs you're beautiful. Everyone needs I love you. Everyone needs you're appreciated. So you look for that in other places. And you don't necessarily know how to go about it when you're young, not even when you're young in life. And many people, when you don't know, you take what's, like, easily accessible. Sexuality, like, that's a big one. So I don't know. I think that that's the reason that, I don't think I'm the only person with this issue. I think that's the reason that we have so many young girls hypersexualized, over-sexualized. I think that's the reason that we can have, like, 18-year-old girls, like, naked on magazine covers. I personally think that's crazy.
Yeah.
I definitely believe that everyone should be open with their sexuality. I think that you should be free with your sexuality, but you can feel boxed in with your sexuality when you're doing it like that, because you feel like that's the only way you're going to receive love, if you keep on showing yourself or, like, being promiscuous.
So are you against that? Like,
I'm not against it.
So
I'm not against it. I don't know where I stand on it. I can't answer that question, but I don't necessarily, I'm not against or for it, because that's their business, but I just feel like
for yourself, would you?
Just for the root, you know? Like, it has to come from the right place. If you can't, not can't, but when you're doing something from a place of fear, when you're doing something because you feel, you want to feel needed, or you feel dependent on something, or you feel like you're missing something, it's coming from the wrong place. It's coming from a place of fear, a place of longing, desire, maybe even lust. When you're doing something from a place of compassion, self-love, enjoyment, just because you want to do it, you're confident in yourself, it's going to read differently. It's going to read differently. I don't think people will feel the need to seduce as much. You know, like, you just love yourself, and that's just what it is. And what comes is what comes. But I think when you feel the need to have to seduce someone into loving you, or seduce someone into admiring you, that's when you kind of set yourself in a little bit of a trap.
Yeah.
So I kind of went off on a tangent there.
No,
but
no, I agree with everything you're saying. Even so, like I feel like you're gonna, like, you know, get higher in the industry, because I told you the first person who ever said I'm gonna do something and did it. So, like, I commend you on that.
Thank you.
Secondly, I know a lot of females, like, when they're at the peak of their career, they tend to, like, go out. That's when they get, like, surgery, like celebrities like Jennifer Aniston or Kylie Jenner. Of course, Kylie Jenner, Farrah Abraham, like, when they're at the peak of their career, they tend to go out and get, like, you know, plastic surgery or something. Like, do you see yourself getting on the table?
Honestly, son, that's what I'm against. And I think that's also with what I'm about, like, part of what I'm talking about, is that, like, yo, first of all, I have Dr. Miami on Snapchat, so I see it. It's just, like, me personally, it's like, yo, to me, it's like, yo, how can you inflict that much pain on yourself just for likes, like, just for sexual attention, just for praise and admiration from somebody? Personally, I'm against that, you know? Like, I'm against cutting yourself up, doing all this. Like, I don't think that, you know what my problem is? The reason I'm against that is because that's just the epitome of I hate myself. I hate myself. I need to change myself. I am not happy with myself. And that's so wrong to me. I feel like we need to be taught to love ourselves. Like, if you're going to, like, you know, I understand, like, Little Kim, her nose she personally, in my opinion, she went overboard. But her nose got broken, you know? Like, she got punched in the face. Like, okay, like, I get that. But then, like, people get addicted to it. Like, the thing is with material items, it's never enough. It's never enough. Anything physical is never enough. There's never enough cars in the world. There's never enough bags in the world. There's never enough money in the world. You hear Jay-Z rapping about how he still needs money. That nigga's sitting on $500 million. What could you need more money for? I don't get it. But, you know, it's like, for me, like, that's why plastic surgery, it's like, there's always going to be something you need to fix off yourself. One day your eyebrows aren't done. Next day your nose looks big. The next day your butt is small. Next day your boobs are small. Next day your stomach is too fat. And then next thing you know, you've given like $200 million to plastic surgery just so you can look fucking crazy. Like, people who go through all that, at the end of the day, they probably kind of look crazy. Like, Botoxed up, like, you can't really smile. You have to keep getting checkups for this just to upkeep your appearance. And the thing is, back with insecurity, that women forget that we are more than our appearance. And in this society, it really the thing is that people only care about our appearance in the society. Like, oh, women, you know, that's where the sex is as love thing comes in, because we're only praised for how we look. So then we feel all this pressure on us to look perfect all the time, and it's just not the reality of the situation. Like, you can be perfectly imperfect. Everyone is perfectly imperfect. How come you don't see a bunch of guys getting on the table, like, alright, that's good. But, you know, like, how come you don't see that? So people need to be appreciated as who they are. And if you do feel like you want to do da-da-da-da-da, but, you know, at least love yourself first. And if you love yourself, I guarantee you're not going to feel like that because you're going to be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I love myself. I love every part of my body. And that's really what love is. It's when you can truly, in your rawest form, think that you're beautiful. Personally, I'm still working my way there. I think it's a lifelong, it's not even, it's a lifelong journey. It's a state of being. It's a state of being. And it's a state of being that you kind of have to it's a frequency. That's what the fuck love is. Love is a frequency. First of all, there are only two frequencies in this world. And every emotion comes from these two things. There's love, there's fear. There's love, there is fear. So when you're vibrating at the frequency of love, you're compassionate, you're joyful, you're blissful. Things can't really hurt you. You're not so sensitive because you're strong within yourself. When you're coming from a place of fear, you're afraid, you're insecure, you negative, envious, jealousy, greed, hate, power, control, like things like that. And you feel like you need these things because you're afraid that you're not anything without them. You have to be strong within yourself, within your heart, to just know that you, standing alone, just you as a person, you're perfect the way you are.
That's great. Your words are killing me right now because I know, let me tell you, I know for a fact I'm not even close to being there yet. Like,
it's a journey.
It's a journey. What I'm saying. Most teenagers our age, you know, especially when transitioning from high school to college, like we're getting exposed to different environments and stuff. So we have to learn how to like accept ourselves and not want to fit in with whatever environment we're going into. So like when you get to that point where you feel like I've made it, do you feel like you're ever going to try to give back to your hometown?
Oh, most definitely.
Like, what would you do? Like, would you try to inspire girls to love themselves?
Most definitely. Yeah, that's something I really want to do. I really want to show people that, not even show people, I just want people, for me, you know, like, I try to give back in small ways right now. Just like, I like to really see the impact that I have on people like this right now. I like to see things like that. I like to, for example, like when I was a senior in high school, I tutored this young girl at an elementary school in our district, things like that. Honestly, living in New York was really tough for me because there's so many homeless people, so many, and I feel. So it hurts me when I'm on like 34th and and you know, I see this guy. For example, there was this guy sitting on the corner of like 34th and 6th, like something random corner, and you know, like I was just gonna walk by. I glanced, and then I just saw him, and I was gonna walk by him, and then I looked at his face. He just looked so like hurt to me, and then I looked around and I saw how no one gave a flying fuck about his existence, and I was just like, damn, yo. I didn't do it. I just gave him like $1 or $2, but I was just like, wow, like, I don't know. I would like to see the impact that I have. So another time I was kind of just chilling. I wasn't just chilling, but I was doing something. And I was, this homeless guy came up to me, my friend, and I asked him, like, he came to me, my friend, little conversation, I asked him, I was like, yo, how'd you become homeless? And we just started talking about that. And things like that. So I don't know how, but I really want, like, that. I would love to make an impact in people's lives. I don't know how. I don't know what I need to do. I don't know who I need to speak to. But really, I like talking to people. Like, you can't really get anything. You're not going to, just giving money to somebody, like, that's not going to do anything. It's like you kind of have to understand where the root of their pain comes from. And I like to talk to people about that. I like to talk to people about why it, like, let's say I saw someone fighting on the street right now, I'd be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you know, and I just like to figure out why you're so angry. Why? Like, what happened when you were 3 years old? What happened when you were 17? Who hurt you? And it's everything is like a domino effect. People only do things because something has been done to them. So it's more about finding out the root of your pain, the root of your fear, and then you can kind of heal from there. Not even kind of, you can. You will. As soon as first of all, you heal, finding out what it is, first step. And then you kind of work towards, okay, why did that affect me? Okay, what do I need to do? Okay, how is this affecting me in my life today? Okay, how am I how am I, what's the word, projecting that into my life right now, you know? And you it's just about awareness. It's about awareness. It's about knowing where things are coming from and just being aware.
Yeah. So to lighten up the mood a bit, I didn't peek at my phone like, what the hell? But I want to play a little game with you.
Okay.
I know you travel a lot and you're like super busy. So I wanted to pull up a picture, and then when you see the pic, I want you to tell me like what happened, what was going on, your experience, and like who were you working with.
Okay.
All right. So this is the picture that we used for the flyer. Obviously, I know it's Calvin Klein.
Yes.
So tell me about it.
So that was like my biggest shoot ever. Not ever, but that was like my first huge shoot. That was my first campaign, one of my only campaigns. And that was March, I want to say, of this year. And I went out to LA. I got flown out to LA by Calvin Klein, and it was just this huge set in, where in LA was that? It was deep. It was deep. It was a huge set. It was shot by Tyrone LeBon. He was a really nice person. And first I did my hair and when I tell you the set was huge, the set was like the size of this block. Like, this shit was crazy.
Whoa.
Yo, the set was
huge.
Nah, I'm gassing. But I'm not gonna lie, it was like, let's say, alright, including the street, it was like probably make a rectangle of 4 houses, 1, 2, 3, 4, street, 1, 2, 3, 4, street, other house. And that's like that square, that's probably how big the set was. So first I shot, and with that colorful thing, they had all these cool lights going on, and I was just like in this they made this little cool set. It was kind of like a little room/house kind of thing. And I was just walking around and cool stuff. And then I moved, and then we started doing a lot of interviews. So I went from room to room, doing interviews. They asked me, it was dope. They asked a lot of philosophical questions, actually, just like talking about love, some little first kisses, simple questions, but kind of talking about, what would I be doing with the rest of the following year. I talked about how I was going to school, but that was a huge production. First it was the shoot, and then it was just a bunch of interviews. I wish I could describe it better, but it was crazy.
That's lit.
Thanks.
Okay, this picture here, it looks like you're very happy in this picture.
That's cute. That was my 9th grade birthday.
Really?
That was my birthday. I turned 14, 9th grade, and I didn't really do anything that day, but I just got in my house, and that's a picture with my dad, and
that's so cute.
Yeah. Oh, show the picture.
Got you.
But it's just a picture with my dad. It's my birthday. We were just chilling. I didn't do too much that day.
You guys look so happy. Now, I like this one. This one looks a little fierce.
Ooh, that was for Vogue. It was like this Vogue.com and Gucci collab.
That's so lit.
Thank you, yo. Yeah, man. Talking about it, too, kind of makes me appreciate it way more, which is awesome. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're a step closer to where you want to be?
Definitely. I feel like I'm closer every day. Like, every time I get an opportunity, every time I get an offer, I'm like, wow. Yeah. Especially after I did that thing for Chanel, I was like, wow.
You're doing some top name brands, girl.
Crazy, right?
That's awesome.
No, but it's crazy because, like, the reason it's so crazy to me is because 10th grade, like, in that picture, I was probably sitting in my room, like, just like any regular person on Instagram, watching the people who walk that stage, you know?
Yeah.
And now 4 years later, I'm walking that stage. So it's like, damn. And the crazy thing is how it just goes by so fast. Life goes by so fast. It's crazy.
After this one more.
Oh, that was my 16th birthday party. That was my C16.
You guys look like twins.
I really feel like I don't like that picture too much. That's cute, though. That's cute.
So it was just like take this real quick. Like
just a quick little shot. Yeah, that was my C16. Me and my mom.
And then this one that I got.
Ooh, that was when I walked for Yeezus.
How was that?
For Yeezy season. That shit was crazy. First of all, it was a lot going on. It was like a lot going on. I was so honored. I love Kanye West a lot. Like his music. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Son, you need to listen to that right now. 808s and Heartbreaking to listen to that shit right now. Graduation, anything, college dropout. Yo,
yeah, now we're talking.
Now we're talking, right?
I love that.
Late registration. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like The Life of Pablo too much. I'm really not that big of a fan, but it's okay because the rest of his discography like stands for everything. Mm-hmm. So that was for Yeezy season. There was a lot going on. It was a little hectic, just a lot going on, but it was awesome. It was awesome. I was so honored.
Yo, that's so lit. I'm so proud. That's what's up.
Thank
now,
you.
when you do like these like campaigns and photo shoots for these like big names, Chanel, Adidas, Yeezy, do you get to meet the actual designer? Like, are they there?
No. I think actually, I don't know, but no, not really. There's like just clothes, and like there's like a stylist that they have on set. For Yeezy, Kanye was there, and also it's a little different because that was a fashion show. So for Chanel, I like kind of met Karl Lagerfeld. So crazy. That's crazy. I was super shy. I probably did not represent myself the best. But yeah, so like for fashion shows, it's a little bit different because it's a show. Like you really have to be on set and see what's going on. There people are walking, But just for like an editorial or a shoot, no, not really. But it's cool. It's still awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's still lit. So like, what brands haven't you done already that you like want to do in the future?
Ooh. Okay. First of all, please. I don't want to box myself in with this, but people that I'm just very interested in. Let me just throw out names. Alexander Wang would be dope. Prada would be dope.
Definitely.
Louis Vuitton would be dope. Off-White would be dope. V-Files would be cool. I want to do some young brands too. Like I want to do some young names. I think V-Files would be cool. Alexander Wang. Helmut Lang.
Do you have a favorite designer?
Kind of. I used to more when I was younger, but I really love Alexander Wang. I really love Alexander Wang.
Excellent.
He's really simple. Not necessarily simple, but he's like minimalistic, but still super chic, sleek, and just he's dope. I love it.
So like, do you have it in your mind that when you go outside, like you have to be a fashion symbol? Like, do you see yourself as like, do you try to like dress up every day? I know girls that like
really put on, right?
Yeah, put on every day.
Okay, I hate feeling burdened by that, but kind of. At this point, a little bit more. Like when I post a picture on Instagram, I can't post nobody shit no more. Like they're like, why am I posting that? So that kind of sucks a little bit. But you know, at the same time, I still feel like I can be myself. But I do feel like I have to. I mean, I love fashion. Like not necessarily fashion. I love style. Like the way that I dress is an expression of myself that day. You know, so I put a lot of thought and effort into it. However, every single day, like you see what I'm wearing right now, I'm chilling. Like I like to chill. I like to chill often, but I do feel like I have to stay up to par. So yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like it's just gonna. If I feel like I'm fly, that's it. So,
that's lit.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's like I have to stay up to par with myself. Like yo. So fly. Yo, I get hyped off of the way I dress sometimes. Like, I'll really be putting an outfit together or shopping, and I'll be like, yo, I will literally almost want to cry. But, yeah. But not every day, sometimes I be uninspired. Sometimes I feel like chilling. Sometimes I'm not going anywhere. But I do definitely put a lot of thought into the way that I dress.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Thanks.
And I know, like, you know, me being a nobody right now. Like,
no, it's not
when I go to hotels, you want to be funny. You know, I don't know if you do it. I'm trying to, like, ask you if you do it. Like, you know how you take a towel. You may take I don't know. Like, you know, everyone takes those hotel grabbables.
I go, what? Yo, first of all, Chanel had me at the Ritz-Carlton Paris. Bro, I took all the Chanel products. Like, what?
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, do you get to keep some of the things that you shoot with?
She
like,
would never. I wish. But no, I mean, like they may send me some stuff, but I don't get to keep anything. I wish. I asked one time. They played me, but they made an empty promise. But nah, I typically don't get to keep it. But when I was in Paris, they had me in the Ritz-Carlton. My guy. Yo, like, they just had, like, the bathroom was so lit. And they had, like, all Chanel toiletries. mine.
Do you travel by yourself, or do you have like an agent? Manager?
For Paris, when I went international, I did travel by myself. But when I went, no, when I went international, I did travel with someone. But when I was in LA and things like that, I traveled by myself. But I met up with people, but I traveled by myself.
Do you have a celebrity crush?
Do I have a celebrity crush? Nah, yo, real talk. My celebrity crush is Odell Beckham.
Really?
If I'm being honest, but like, don't hold on to that.
Don't hold on to it. Like his like masculinity is cool. Like do you like the rumors about him being bisexual and things? Does that bother you?
First of all, I do not think that man is bisexual. I just don't believe it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just had cognitive dissonance. I can't believe it. I don't believe he's bisexual. But I also heard he's dating Zendaya. So
yeah, that's cute. I like that.
IDK. But nah, that is my crush. Let me be honest. Like, that's my crush.
Yeah, I think. What's his name from Power? What is his name?
Oh,
Amari Hardwick. That man right there.
Yo, I saw him one time, and he looks like
You
Power.
saw him?
He looks exactly like Power. Yo, it's crazy.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
you
so that man is fine.
You didn't try to slide. No, I'm kidding. He probably
he's
like,
grown.
girl.
Oh, Amari Hardwick, that's his name.
Yeah.
Yup.
You didn't try to like, hey.
Nope, fell back.
I would have said, hey, at
I
least.
view him from afar. I love from a distance. I was just like, yo, you're fine. Like, that's it.
Do you have, not like no homo or whatever, do you have like a female?
Crush? Do I have a female crush? Yo, no homo, like I have a lot of female crushes, but yo, dope. You know what? I'll give like some off. I love Rihanna, for example, but there's these two girls, Alana Arrington and Selena Forrest. They're these two models that I've met, and they're just really dope and beautiful. But yeah, those be my crushes.
Earlier, I heard you say that you didn't think Keke Palmer was like.
Oh, chill.
What? You gotta explain that. They have to hear that.
I don't even think. Nah, it's not that. I just. Nah, son, nothing. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. Nah, it's not even like that. But I just personally. No, I personally am not like crazy about her, but I think that she's very funny, and I think that she's very talented. But when you were talking, like, I don't know,
because the gag is, do you plan on having like a Selah line? Like every artist or whoever somebody has like a line, like French Montana, Keke Palmer. The gag is like, does Selah have a line?
You know what? Now we said that, something gonna come,
like,
and it's gonna
gotta be Selah's like.
LOL. Yo, I say that so much, but no. So now that you said that, something gonna come that I'm gonna keep saying, like a phrase. I'm gonna stick to it. Right now, I don't have anything, but in due time, maybe.
So you said you met Amari Hardwick. Jealous. Did you meet any other celebrity kids?
Celebrity kids. I've met quite a few people, but yeah, I've met quite a few people.
Is it like bougie?
Like meeting them?
Like their personality, like when you, hey, do you have to say like, I'm Selah, do they already know? Like,
oh, you know, that's actually a good question. I always introduce myself because I feel like people don't know me. But, bougie, no, I wouldn't call it that, actually. I think people just trying to, the thing about celebrities, is everyone, like there are definitely some celebrities with inflated heads, but at the end of the day, everyone's a normal person, so everyone's looking for a way to be a normal person in the most comfortable way possible. A lot of celebrities kind of feel like they have to be bougie to separate themselves so they can be a normal person somewhere, like in their little corner, but I wouldn't say bougie. I just think everyone's just trying to be themselves, honestly. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah. So earlier we spoke a little bit about dating. So what are some qualities that you look for in a guy?
Yo, I don't know, because I'm actually low-key picky. I'm like picky in the weirdest way. What are qualities I look for? I don't necessarily look for qualities, but I
like,
really
if
need
I like
someone,
you, I like you.
Yeah, I am that kind of person.
Yeah.
But I need someone that I can talk to. I have a lot to say, so I kind of need someone I can talk to. I need someone that understands me. I'm very emotional. I'm very, like, I can be up and down. So I kind of need someone who understands my emotions, where I'm coming from. Yeah. Compassion is nice. Someone who's just niceness, but I also need realness. And I need you to be real, like straight up. I don't like sugarcoating too much. Like, I guess my ego likes it, but me as a person, like, after you tell me some real shit, I may not like it at first, but like 15 minutes later, an hour later, I'll go back and I'll sit down and I'll be like, damn, it's some real shit. And I will really respect you. Like, I have I love real people, pretty much.
What's the absolute no-no in a guy? Like, something you see and just like, like...
What is a no-no? Yo, truth be told, I don't like when people aren't assertive on my brats.
I don't think us females, I don't think we are, but from a guy's
But
perspective...
you know what, though? We can complain a lot. Like, I think we just have high expectations.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us into a brat, because we can get passive-aggressive when we're not receiving the expectations that we set up before we even talk. We never even say the expectations that we have. We just have them in our head. We come to the table with these expectations.
Yep.
So when we're not receiving what we want, we get a little like, I hate you. But like, you know, feelings are temporary, so...
Yeah, I like. So you guys stay tuned for a little bit more with Selah after this music. What's up, you guys? You're back with your girl, MiraB. Today, you guys know, like every other day, I have to do the dub of the day. And today's dub goes to Soulja Boy. Sorry, and I got my girl here, Selah, to coach me in on what happened with this crazy story. So basically, it started when... Karuchi.
Okay.
Yeah, Selah got it.
Alright, so I would really like read into this shit. So basically, like, I don't know all the details, but basically it started with Chris Brown, like, was liking Karuchi's pictures somehow, and then Soulja Boy commented on, alright, they were both commenting on Karuchi's pictures, and then apparently Chris Brown called Soulja Boy and said, oh, why are you liking her pictures? So then Soulja Boy goes to Twitter, and he just starts talking about how Chris Brown's a bitch, how he's a sucker, how he's da-da-da-da-da, about Karuchi, how he's calling him, da-da-da-da-da. And then that's what starts the beef, basically. So then Chris Brown takes to Instagram, or one of his media outlets, and he just starts posting memes about Soulja Boy, not taking him seriously, and da-da-da-da-da. I'm missing a middle chunk, but then Soulja Boy starts talking reckless, like mad crazy.
Yeah.
Started talking about, I'm gonna shoot you, holding out a gun, da-da-da-da-da. And now, you know, we're missing a big part. I'm missing, like, the real details. But then... Now they're about to fight, and then Soulja Boy gets robbed on Instagram Live or something like that. He gets G-checked on Instagram Live, and now they're supposed to fight in March, a celebrity fight. Chris Brown has set it up. It's all on Instagram, Shade Room, whatever, for you to see. That's how I found it out. Like, last night, I was really, that's just so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny. There's literally a video of Soulja Boy getting... That's actually not funny, but there's literally a video. He's, like, in the hood. Like, he's in, I want to say, Compton, just walking around like, oh, yeah, you know I don't got... Like, I could just come to the hood, da-da-da-da-da. Someone walks up to him like, hey, yo, who the fuck? Who you?
Yeah.
And then they just G-checked him, and then you see someone take the camera, you hear mad shit, and then the video ends. That shit was funny. It was funny. Yeah, wait. And then, like, Soulja Boy, after talking all this rap, like, hits Chris Brown up, like, what up, yo, it's Soulja, da-da-da-da-da. And then today he goes on Instagram talking about something, his mom is in the hospital, and, he has to be a man and end this. However, I don't think that's true. I don't think his mom's in the hospital. I think he's just saying that so he can have some way to end the beef. But nah, niggas, no. Dub of the day.
Definitely a dub. You basically just summed everything up. I was just going to ask you, what did you think about that last video? Like, is it an excuse, or is it just like... He's just basically like, trying to like pussy out. Like, you a dub.
Sorry,
Soulja.
First of all, why are you calling Chris Brown talking about some what up this Soulja? First of all, shouldn't you already have his number?
Yeah.
Because he called you first, talking all this record about Karuchi. I think Soulja would really be texting himself, son. He'd be texting himself like, I think it was the same thing with Lil Yachty, like setting up these fucking.
To stay relevant, pretty much. I think he's trying to stay relevant. So you guys, tweet me on Twitter at Tea With MiraB how you feel, and DM me or tag me on Instagram at brittle.xo, brittle.xo. Let me know how you feel. What do you think? Is Soulja Boy trying to pussy out? Is he being a clown? What do you think about Soulja? Let me know. And thanks one more time for my girl Selah Marley for coming through. Selah, anything you want to say?
No, but just thank you guys. Thanks everyone for listening. And I would love to hear your feedback on how I sounded, what you thought about things that I said. I don't have a Twitter, I deleted it, haha. But follow me on Instagram, it's Selah Marley. And yeah, just stay tuned for anything.
Alright guys, so we want to thank Selah for coming through. And once again, DM me or tweet me, and I'll come back after the break with what you guys had to say.
We fulfill the needs. Foreigns out on me, she talk her shit, I'm in her spin. Ain't no need for schemes, we just caught the gleam. I just did 3 shows in one night, now I live my dream. With my team, yeah, with my team.